Hey, I'm Chuck Liddell. You're watching Icebreakers.
Watching Icebreakers. My name's Adam Ray. I'm on the show, too.
Trying to
Yeah, dude. How do you have? I saw you just chowing down on a granola bar. Is that? Is this like? Do you have a? What's your routine like now? By the way, now that you're a fucking Hollywood hotshot.
Well, I mean, today sucked because you have press at 7 a.m. So that fucks your whole day up because you got to get a nap in for 2 shows and drinking later.
Yeah.
So I take it easy. I hit the mall. I walk around. I get a Chipotle, rub one out, work on my act, and then
Did
do
you
a
say it
pod.
sucks? You got to take a nap. I take naps every day. What are you talking about?
Really?
I love
I
naps.
can't do it.
I
love them too, but a nap's like a friendship. You can't force it. You got to let it happen.
I 1,000% agree. When is there a usual time that Mark Norman just shuts it down, or his body just goes, "Hey, man, I've had enough"?
Yeah, I tried to do it around. I got up at 6:30 a.m., so I tried to nap around 1, and I was in and out. But it's fine. I'm good. I'm here. Nice to meet you, Chuck.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you. How you doing, man?
Yeah, dude.
Hey.
You're looking at one of the best comics in the biz right here.
Wow, it's me and Cosby.
Yeah, I did see you post a.
You guys hang out a lot?
Him and Cosby. Yeah, Cosby actually got Mark his start in the business. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about his act.
Yeah. He. What did you post today? I was looking for what you were gonna kind of tackle with that because you're always real good with the topical tweets.
I said, some comedians hate woke people, none more than Cosby.
Dude.
Pretty proud of that one.
Yeah, you should be. I was going to say, how many times do you give the old pat on the back after one where you're like, this one's got a hit? Yeah.
Yeah, that one felt good. And I did it on stage last night. It worked, too. So I might put in the act.
1,000%. Yeah, I think he's probably going to be around for a little bit longer, and where it's going to.
Yeah.
It's also not going to have a. I just feel like once he's out now, there's probably no shortage of. I don't see him doing. I mean, look at OJ. I just saw OJ post something the other day about the My Pillow, where he was going on a rant, being like, "This thing is crazy. Like, you bought a and he's done rants in Costco parking lots about the long lines, and I'm like, all right. So I'm just waiting for Cosby to. I don't know, start an OnlyFans or some sort of way to interact with society, you know?
Yeah. Also, is this the end of racism where, like, this clearly guilty black guy gets off on a technicality? I mean, I think that's a good sign for black folk, right?
I think so.
Trying to give it a positive spin.
You're at CB Live this weekend.
CB Live all weekend, yeah. That's the competition.
What do you dig about Arizona? Chuck was just there moving his mom, and I don't know if you're doing any sort of moving of family members while you're there, or are you just focusing on comedy?
Yeah. I mean, my parents got me into comedy because they're so fucked up, but just doing shows. It's a great room, beautiful ladies out here.
Oh yeah,
and I hate the heat, so I just stay inside.
Yeah, I was going to say,
how hot is it during the day? I was there at night. I think I got there and started moving at night, and we left early in the morning. And it was like almost 100 at night.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's crazy. You can't catch a break. Today it was like 104, or it is 104. So I'm not a fan. I like the cold. I grew up in the South. I'm done with it.
Yeah, you grew up in New Orleans. Chuck, did you any time spent in New Orleans? Do you have any ties to it? Any fights? Any?
No, I've been there a few times. I had a few fun times there.
Yeah. Where at?
Yeah.
Well, all over the place. I never know the places when I go there. I just walk around. They just walk around and drink, right? So
yeah.
Different place to place and go.
Yeah,
that's about right. It's the only city you can drink outdoors, I think, except for Vegas.
Yeah, they really got to figure that out. It's, once you go to a place, like, I remember the first time I went to New Orleans and was drinking outside and then came back to LA and was, trying to adapt that same philosophy. And they're like, hey, man, get inside. And also, why are you drinking a Zima? You're 35. And,
right.
One thing I remember out there, if you miss an off ramp, get off those little.
It's called a freeway, Chuck.
Bridges.
Oh, the bridges, yeah.
Bridges. You miss your off ramp, you got a long way before you can turn around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember driving out there the first time. I missed an off. can I get off anywhere, like somewhere? And then you get off finally, like I'm in the middle of like the bayou. So waiting for a guy to come over.
Yeah, it's wild out there. They hate the gays and they hate gators, and they're like toothless Creole country people.
So what about a gay gator? Would that really just throw them into a full downward spiral?
Ooh. I think we call that a crocodile. All right, I gotta get out.
We gotta close out on that one. Holy shit, dude!
No. So that's the crazy thing about drinking outside is like you can drink outside at a festival, but not at a bar. But then we drink all night in a bar and we get in our car and go home. So like, what the fuck are we doing here with booze?
Yeah, I still don't see. I mean, obviously, like when I hear the argument, like who's there's an Olympian who just got. I didn't read the full story. Have you seen this?
Oh,
she got,
yeah.
I think banned.
Weed.
Was she kicked out of the Olympics for failing a weed test?
Yeah, she won't be able to like race in the Olympics.
You hear about this?
No, I haven't heard about
the hot black chick.
Well, here's the thing, until you change the rules, you're still
breaking
the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like people talk about fighters and having a problem with that. Like so if you're prescribed pain pills, you can take them, but you can't take them when you fight.
Right.
It's just like remember when John Jones had the thing with the cocaine? Oh, how come he could fight when he was because it was an out of season drug test.
Right.
And even though it's an illegal drug, it's not on the ban list for out of season. So it's on the ban list for if you're there because it's going to hurt you if you're fighting.
Right.
It's only. So they shouldn't have to actually have even found out. They shouldn't have been testing for it, but they found out and got in trouble for it. But because everyone's like, how come he didn't get in trouble for that? Like, well, because it's not on the out of season ban list, and he wasn't fighting. It was an off season test, so it was out of fighting test. So, it's different. Like, but if they haven't changed the rules, I'm not saying they shouldn't change the rules.
Yeah.
But if they haven't changed the rules yet, you're breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I hear
you.
You
got caught. I mean, at some point, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm agree. I think a lot of the sports are starting to come around.
They are. You agree, Mark?
Yeah. Well, I do agree. I mean, the rules are the rules, but it just sucks because weed is legal now in so many places.
Yeah.
But then it's not legal everywhere. It's like getting gay married, like.
But it's like
2 days before the declaration or the law changed.
Yeah, and it's there's a lot of helpful benefits for especially for athletes with they're having contact sports. There's a lot of benefits to using it. So I mean,
I would venture to assume that she wasn't getting high before races. Like I don't know anyone who is faster when they're high, mentally, physically.
Funny thing, I used to say that. I was
you know what I'm saying?
Man, if my opponent wants to get high all the way up to the fight and before the fight, whatever, I'll send it to him.
Yeah. By the way, I would watch the fuck out of if Logan Paul and Mayweather do a round 2 on edibles. Hey, dude, I will empty the bank account to sit front row with a gay gator and get married during the fight. That is that type of. I mean, we were just talking about celebrity boxing. Did you watch the Odom Aaron Carter fight? Do you know what happened?
No, and I watched the Jake Paul Mayweather or Logan. I mean.
Yeah. Did you know about Lamar Odom and Aaron Carter?
No, I didn't. He's like 6'8", isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Aaron Carter is, I think, 5'8". It was a true.
It was like he weighed in at 175. Actually, I'm like, man, does he have rocks in his pockets or does he have boots on? I'm like, okay, maybe he's just weighing in. I didn't look that big, but and Mark weighed in like 140 or 245 or something.
Yeah, that's just I wouldn't do that. Mark, would you do that? Because you're a bona fide celeb now, man. So who's got to come calling to get you to go into the ring and how much? You know what I'm saying? Because look, everyone's got a price. What if Tom Cruise saw one bit and was like, "Fuck this guy, I want to fight him"?
I don't know. Cruz is scrappy. I mean, that guy's still doing push-ups at 61. I would go Caitlyn Jenner just to shut her up.
Dude,
then I could say I beat an Olympic athlete, but who knows? On the way home, she might run me over.
Too soon. Dude, I would watch that. See, that's the type of, and it's
that's what that stuff is. Like,
entertainment.
I think the funniest thing is the people that complain about it. Like, that wasn't a real fight. They didn't have this. It was all crazy and things were going on. Like, and Snoop was getting high. I mean, what? What did you expect?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that's what you bought. You bought a circus. You want to watch? You
exactly. Bought a circus. Why is the elephant jerking off on that kid's face? It's like, well, hey man,
you get what you got what you asked for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like that kind of entertainment, watch it. If you don't, buy a real fight.
Yeah.
Want to watch real fights?
Exactly.
Do you have a guilty pleasure show, Mark, that when you're on the road? Like, what fills other than the routine you kind of filled us in on? Like, what's the thing that kind of is your escape?
I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch all the UFC fights on YouTube and catch up, and then I watch weird clips.
So you're stealing them?
Oh shit! Well, they're years old. Years old. I'm talking like Shamrock.
Oh, good man.
Yeah. When do you remember first seeing Chucky over here? Like, what's your first experience or memory of this goat over here?
Well, I've seen all the fights, but my favorite is when you win your touchdown dance or whatever you want to call it. Your victory lap is the best. That's awesome. You can see the pure joy and just like that.
Oh yeah,
that's my favorite part.
Hey, nothing better than knocking someone out.
Oh yeah, I've only been knocked out, so I never have had that feeling. But yeah, man, good stuff. I've seen them all. I'm a fan.
Thank you very much.
Did you? I mean, I don't think we've talked about this, but like, it's not like you go into it like you see. I know as a kid when I was like even playing baseball, I was like, man, when I get my first home run, I'm gonna practice a cool trot or like bat flip or some shit. Did you even?
I actually, a guy said you got to come up with some kind of signature thing after your fight. I never even thought about it. I'm like, I'm not like that. I don't.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing when I got celebrated. I'm like, that's the first thing I did after I was like,
yeah, that was it.
So I'm like, that's just what came out. Like, I love being like, well, I love fighting and I love that. Just like that.
Pure adrenaline.
Knocking someone out, it's like hitting a home run. It's just that shot. Bang.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
We get excited thinking about it.
We can't do that on stage after a new Bit crushes, can we?
No. I don't know. Maybe after a good Chris Brown joke, you can hit something. But I got knocked out at a fight in college, and the guy knocked me out so hard that I pissed myself. Ooh. And I was in a guy's front lawn, and I woke up, I had the stars, and I was covered in whiz with my girlfriend going, "Oh my God, are you okay?" It was pretty humiliating.
Well, at least she was there for you.
Yeah, that's true. She didn't go back the other guy.
Yeah, that was nice for her to stick around.
Yeah. Wait, have you been to any fights live? Have you gotten lucky enough to be ringside at anything special?
Yeah, I was hanging out with Rogan years ago, and we went to some fight in Atlanta, and I remember Poirier was fighting someone, and he won, and then he hugged Theo Vaughn after, and I was a little jealous. And Adesanya fought somebody. I can't remember who, though, but we were drinking and loving it. We were right in the front. It was amazing.
Wow. Yeah, there's an energy at these events. I've yet to,
Yeah, I always say they never get that energy there as a live fight is hard to. The UFC does the best job of anybody putting it on TV, but they can't even come close to how much energy there is.
You can't replicate it. I feel like it's one of those things on TV, like it's like an Oprah taping back in the day. Like you can fantasize
kind of sort of. Well, for my friend here, like,
hey, the way you touched my arm made me feel like I was wearing a helmet, Chuck. But I think there is something to be said about, like, I don't know, anything live, because Mark, I don't know if we last time we hung was in Dallas, but before that, which was great, by the way, this fucking guy, Chuck, you got to go see. I will make sure when Mark comes back out here that you come out, or if you're in a city for a fight and Mark's there. It's just fucking unbelievable. But we talked when I was in Australia over Zoom, and I think we were just kind of both starting to get back into some live stuff. How is it now, though? Because when I saw you in Dallas, you were like, man, I'm fully back at it, and the calendar's filled up.
Yeah.
Do you feel truly like, I don't know, mask off, cock out, like you're just going back to it? Like, or do you still feel like there's some things you have to adhere to? Protocol.
No, I feel like I'm back in it finally. I know I'm back in it when I start trying new shit on stage, and when you can kind of like change the order on the fly, change the order of your act and all that. So I'm back to being loose and wiggly up there, and that's really when it feels good. You can riff on a guy in the front row with a bow tie, then you go back to your act and all that shit. So I feel like I'm back, but that COVID shit was tough to shake off.
Yeah, did you I mean, Chuck, I know we talked about.
I can only imagine because I always know like when I was doing interviews every day and every week, I was doing 3 a day for a long time. I was like one of the busiest guys for trying to promote the sport. So I was always doing interviews.
Yeah, can you imagine being a guy trying to promote a new sport? What the fuck? The pressure.
I know, right?
But it was so easy because you do it all the time. But then when you stop and you haven't done one in a while, and like someone's like, "Can you do an interview?" Like, yeah, sure. And you're like, "Wait, what? I don't know. Maybe you slow down. Like, so I got to think about my answers a little more.
Yeah.
I got to
make sure you don't curse or fart. Yeah.
Yeah, you forget. I actually forget that. Oh man, I gotta watch my curse words and all that.
Oh really?
Because I get on sound because if I get talking to someone I know,
get comfy.
I get comfy and I start cussing. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, dude. It's also but you can tell the people that cuss like casually and it's a part of their actual vocab versus the guys. Like they go, man, like you got any fucking gum you can I can borrow? You're like, all right, you just put that into Sound Tough because no one's ever asked for gum with that much tooth.
Yeah, that's true. It actually takes the impact away if you curse too much.
Yeah,
you got to save them.
You're pretty sparing with that.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even feel like I hear you curse on stage much. But I just feel like it's well placed. Yeah, is it methodical for you?
Yeah. Completely.
Yeah.
Like sometimes a punchline is a B, and if you throw a fuck before it, makes it an A.
Isn't that crazy?
Which is kind of cheating, but hey, I'm human. Come on.
What did you take out of the COVID? Do you feel like you learned anything out of COVID? Like I haven't talked to you now since post it. Like because when I saw you in Dallas, we were still kind of somewhat dealing with it. Dallas wasn't, but I mean, there were still people out and about. The vax hadn't even hit us yet, so now having time to look back and reflect. Like, have you looked in the mirror and tried to like dial up some sort of reflective anything to go? All right, I'm going to try to do this coming out of a fucking pandemic, or is it just back to business, which is also understandable?
Yeah, completely back to business. But I bought a piano during COVID. I get real lazy guilt, if I'm not doing shit. If I'm not, so I made a bunch of videos, a bunch of sketches, and tried to make the most out of the time because I'm a real beat the clock guy. I feel death looming all the time, so I'm always trying to make shit or live forever or whatever the hell. So I really tried. I kept exercising, and I didn't go in. If I go in to that lazy, sunken place, I don't come out.
Wow.
So I really have to stay busy.
You've been there though, yeah?
Oh my God, my whole childhood I was fat as shit. I failed out of school basically. I failed out of college twice.
Right.
I mean, I was a mess. So I try not to go back in there because once I'm in, I'm out.
So you have a death looming mindset that's always kind of keeping you.
Oh yeah.
Is that
very aware? We got like 60 summers left or 50 summers left, and
whoa!
Every time like when I'm hungover, I hate myself because you lose a whole day sometimes. So I'm always trying to live, baby.
It's true, man. I had probably, dude, in the last 3 years, I've probably had 10 friends, die from something tragic or cancer or whatever. Just too soon, and it's
cancer isn't tragic, but
I mean it's very. Chuck, can I talk to you for a second? Mark will be right back. Chuck, hey man, I'm talking to my fucking friend. There are. It sucks that you have to have like reminders to appreciate. Because we all, like you said, it's a part of being human to just get down on yourself or feel stressed out about something that you probably shouldn't be stressed about, and it sucks, unfortunately, that like it does take tragic death, at least for me, to really go, hey man, why are you sweating? To be honest, anything, but I still think anyone's problems are their problems.
I think it's funny you bring that up. I was just talking to a friend the other day, and I was going to say something. About complaining about some stuff I was struggling with.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about another friend who had lost. We shared a really good friend that died, and like his wife's having problems. He might lose her. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm not gonna say anything about my problem right now.
You were kind of waiting your turn.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm now gonna shut up and thank God for all my all my blessings in my life.
Yeah, if there's a lot of death talk, you can't come in with I think I have shin splints again. They're like, all right, Chuck, fucking shut it down, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what's great about being an athlete or an artist, because we can make albums or specials or whatever. And Chuck, you got a bunch of fights that you can just look back like, look at this shit. I trained for all these. I knocked that guy out. he might have got the best of me, but I flew to Dubai or I flew here and beat up that guy. So at least we got some shit under our belt. I think that's kind of what it's all about. You got something to show for your life.
Yeah. Have you? Do you do that much? Are you a look back every now and then, or are you just straight ahead?
Oh yeah. Big look. That's what I love about comedy. Is you can create something. Like that joke didn't exist before you made it, or that sketch, or that video, or whatever it is. So I like that.
Your special Out to Lunch on YouTube has now how many millions of views?
We're at about 7 mil, baby.
Fucking crazy, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody would buy it, and thank God it did well online.
Are you even thinking in terms for this next one of hoping that response will garner a little bit more? And I mean, it's, you know this, everybody does, that since then, like, it's been bangers for you. So it'd be stupid for somebody to not pluck it up the next one. But do you even think about that? Or are you just focused on like, I'm going to make it the best I can and whatever happens, happens? Or is there a little bit extra in you that's like, fuck, they didn't want it the last time, so they're not going to get this one?
Well, it's a little everything. I'm always in the back of my head, like, if I make another one, will Netflix buy it? Or will I go to Netflix or HBO? Or will I just have to do it myself? So for now, I'm just worried about making a good hour and hopefully I can use some of that juice. Like, hey, look at the results. I got numbers right here, 7 mil.
Yeah, no shit.
So I don't know. We'll just try to make a good hour. But I feel like we're boring Chuck. We got to get back to Chuck. He's bored.
Well, Mark, you got any questions for Chuck?
No, you're not boring, man. I like your answers, but this guy over here, I'm ready to hear him.
A little too Jewy for Chuck. Yeah.
I know. This is the Jewiest and the most Gentile guy on the planet, by the way.
Yeah.
Next to each other.
Yeah, I think when Chuck came to see me do stand-up in Austin, I think it was the first time he'd seen a Jew live. I think that's what you said, right? That's what you said after the show? Didn't say anything about the show, just said that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Chuck, by the way, when he did come to my show, it was crazy. There was a guy we had to kick out, and afterwards, and Mark, you tell me how you would have handled this, because I also want to hear how you just, are viewing hecklers post-COVID. But there's a couple of frat dudes being assholes. I do what I do. I try to kill it with kindness, give them opportunities to shut up and recognize that they're being distracting, and their debauchery is getting in the way of what I'm doing and for the whole enjoyment of the show. Finally,
let's put it this way: he ripped this guy. I thought I was gonna have to get up and slap him.
Yeah,
I thought I was gonna have to get up and go take care of it for him.
Yeah, and then I afterwards was like, God damn it, missed opportunity. But like, this is the first time he's seeing me. I wanted him to enjoy the show, but I was like, man, in the moment, the move would have been like, all right, dude, you know what? I'm going to let you stay if you can beat up a friend of mine who's here. And I'm going to bring him up. And so bring the guy up on stage and then be like, Chuck, can you come on? And then have Chuck walk out of the audience. I mean, that clip would have gotten at least a couple hundred views.
Oh, my God.
It was
amazing.
funny. It was funny. And by the way, I think, how many shows have we done by then? Like 5 or something?
Maybe.
I don't think I had never seen him do it. I didn't even know he was funny.
Yeah. Still doesn't know.
I mean, the way he was funny. I mean, it was funny on the shows, but I mean, it
it's a different beast.
I know we're going to see him. Man, he's hysterical.
Oh, dude.
I saw him. You got to see him. You're a funny guy, man.
Thanks, brother. That makes all the little finger nut slaps he gives me before I leave worth it. I appreciate it, dude.
That
was a fun night. And when he lit up, like I was dying.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, who does that? Like they're on the front row at a bar, and these guys are yapping. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Like I mean, I was thinking about going up and telling him to shut the fuck up, but then he started ripping on him. I was like, but dude, shut up. Like,
God, now I wish I didn't, just so you could have done that. God damn it, man! Look at me beating you to the punch.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man.
First time that's happened.
Jesus Christ.
Marky,
I want to get Cyborg to fight some of these bachelorette parties too.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask you. How much? Because I've heard comics say now, we were in that grace period coming back to comedy and just life where everyone's like, man, I missed this. I miss, like, even traveling. I hear comics being like, I actually now appreciate the airport sounds and smells and the soap in the bathroom. I don't mind it. I don't mind taking a shit in a 2-inch box on the plane. But like that goes away pretty quick. And even with like hecklers or people being assholes, there's almost like I missed all the ambiance of the show. But like with that, I almost feel like I have less tolerance.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. The one great thing about coming back to stand up is you can tell audiences took it for granted. When comedy was around in 2019, it was like, maybe we'll go see a show, whatever. During the like Trump years, COVID, Capitol riot. There's so much shit going on that people are like, I need to fucking laugh. So now I feel like people are out and they are dying for it. And that feels good.
Yeah, it really does. Is there okay, so you're in Arizona now, and then you go to where? Are you just full on like bouncing? Do you even go back home to New York for a little bit?
I go home every Sunday, and then I leave on Thursday again. That's about how much of my girlfriend I can take.
How is New York? Is it as bad as
it's
everyone's saying?
I'd say it's like a cell phone with the half battery. You know, morale is kind of low. The energy's not all the way back yet. And the crime is through the roof. There's hobos everywhere. So it's shaky, but it's coming back.
When was the last time you were in New York, Chuck?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
It's always been, well, since before the pandemic. So.
Yeah. What do you like love about it? That's what Mark calls home.
I've always had a great time there. It's a fun place. I mean, it's totally different than what I don't think I could live there in a big city like that. But
yeah,
it's totally different. You know.
Do you guys ever do fights out there?
Yeah, they finally got out there. But after they finally got broke down New York after that place. The problem there was getting it approved. There was they actually made a law against it back when the old guys owned the UFC.
Oh yeah.
They pissed them off so bad that they made a law against it. So now you got to change a law. Like in California, you had to change the athletic. It's like the athletic commission. You just had to change like a rule, kind of a sort of difference between changing a law and a rule.
Right.
So they got to get them to change to allow fighting, mixed martial arts here. Where you have to actually change a law there.
Right. I feel like you would stick out like a sore thumb in New York. You know what I'm saying? Because it's usually such on the sidewalks, everyone's just kind of, blends together. And like celebs don't really get.
They don't. I mean, just walk. Everyone's just minding their own business, walking and going.
Yeah, but dude, your look. I mean, I feel like I recognized Paul Giamatti once, and I felt pretty proud about that. Like on the sidewalk. Yeah. And I was like, "Hey, Paul Giamatti," and he was like,
I get a lot of people yelling, "Hey, what's up?" Hey.
You get a lot of that, yeah.
I actually like it. It's funny. We go out. I had 2 different times. I had guys come in, late night eating, and guys come, 4 or 5 guys come in, and one of them go, "Hey man, I don't want to bother you, but can I take a picture?" Their buddies go, why the hell are you bothering him?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like, they start ripping him. They rip a new asshole about because he said that. I just started dying laughing. I'm like, I'll give him a he's like, no. I'm rather than
Yeah, I don't want to know. I love when people do that. Like, I don't want to be rude, or I don't want to interrupt, and then they do it. Or I don't want to come off racist, but dude, can we just get rid of and
I love fans. I don't mind at all, but they forget sometimes time and a place. Like, I'm sitting having dinner with my wife. It's like,
yeah, there's a lack of reading the room on most people's parts, especially post-COVID. How are the fan interactions going pre and post show with you?
Nothing better than I'll see a guy on a bicycle in New York and he's like, "Hey, comedy, Norman, no," and then he just keeps going. That's the best fan interaction.
Awesome.
You get the compliment, he gets to see you, and then you move on. But sometimes these guys fucking linger.
Yeah, drive-by compliments are kind of really special.
That's the best.
Especially on a bike.
It's like when you fuck a girl and she leaves. It's great. But sometimes these fans, I get guys emailing me, like messaging me on DM, like, "Hey, you want to get a drink before the show, and then maybe we can go to the zoo and get some ice cream, and then we'll go to the show together." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you? I've never even met you."
That's such a bold. Did you ever get anything like that? Hey, Chuck, you want to go get a TCBY frozen yogurt, and then I'll go watch you fight?
Yeah, all the time. But no, or I'll get like people like all the time. They'll come up and they don't want to bother you. But they want to explain why they're doing it. And they want, I'm like, and you're walking and trying to catch. My family's walking off. I'm like, can you just take the picture? Like, I love you,
Exactly.
I love you guys. Just take the picture. I don't like whoever likes me or your dad or your mom or whoever that wants the picture. Just take it.
Yeah, just take it, man. I'll give you that.
Go. I got you. Thank you. Thank you for being a fan. I got my kids are leaving.
Yeah, I'm losing my family, but they're like, but hey, man, when I was 5, the first time I saw you're like, dude, save it for the diary.
Exactly.
Is there? Are you pumped to go back to sports and concerts? How do you feel about all that? And who's first? I'm curious for everyone who's going to any concert. Who's first on the docket? To me, that feels like a special. Because I just looked up. There's an outdoor winery in Seattle my sister's birthday is coming up, so I tried to, pepper through the schedule and be like, all right, who's on there that I could maybe send her to or fly up and go to? And you had I think Tracy Chapman was on there, which fucking, I'd love to get real baked and go see that just for nostalgia purposes. Alanis is on there, John Legend. Ooh. So I'm like, these are some good options to have the comeback tour start with, right? As far as attending events. But is there someone that you're jonesing for?
I mean, I hate to be a cum guzzler, but I'm not a huge concert guy.
That's why I asked that. I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I don't need to see it live. Comedy, it's a new set. It's riffing. It's off the cuff. They make fun of the town. I feel like it's fresh, but I don't know. I go see Billy Joel. I saw Billy Joel at Bonnaroo, and I was like, yeah, he's doing Piano Man. I got it. I don't know. I'm dead inside. I get nothing out of concert.
Yeah, he's singing a hit. Fucking whatever, man.
Yeah. I know the song.
I know the song. In fact, I heard it on the way over here, and it sounded better than this.
Yeah, that too. These guys who go to a fish show, they go to the garden for fish. They're like, fish I know the whole set list, and they change one note, and I'm like, that was 4 hours. Who gives a shit?
Oh, dude, I have heard some fish head stories from fish fans or whatever they call themselves, fish heads, I think, just dissecting dude, fucking, okay. New Brunswick, New Jersey, 89. Trey played he played one of the songs backwards, dude, while he was fingering somebody. And, it turned out to be his drummer. But, dude, they are, and they just have a story for every concert, every tour. And I don't have it in me, but. Well, that's cool.
Look, if I drown myself in acid and take 2 hits of peyote and blow my dad, any concert will be good. I love they act like this drug. It's all drugs.
It is, dude. Yeah, drugs. Yeah, Chuck, is there a concert you're thirsty to go back and see?
Nobody in particular. I met one of the guys from System of the Down.
Oh, nice.
And he invited me there. They're playing soon. They're doing one in LA and one in Vegas. I think I might even just go to Vegas and watch that one instead of the one.
Fuck yeah!
But that should be fun.
I was just telling Chuck, I was like, I got to go to Vegas when you're there. The fucking, talk about a guy that owns the city. It's like I was just out there doing shows, and I was like, hey, man, it's last minute, but any recs on restaurants? Asking just for recs, not for a hookup. And he's like, give me 10 minutes, I'll set some shit up. And I'm like, I forgot I was talking to, the guy that's got the keys. And so he sent me to a fucking Denny's, by the way.
I love Vegas. Yeah. That was my town. I love fighting there. That was the best place for me. I think for everybody, you get a reason you get a vacation. It's not it's not just you're coming for you get a fight and a vacation.
Oh yeah,
it's a great place.
Are you?
It's a good time.
And plus they had a lot to do after the fight. I've been sober for 8 to 12 weeks. Whenever, depending on what part of my career you're talking about, I've been sober for 8 to 12 weeks, so I'm ready to go. I definitely. By the time we get out of the fight, I'm not wanting to stop at 2.
Oh yeah, no way. You're not going to bed. I don't see how you go to. I mean, I have a tough time going to bed after a ruckus night on stage, and it's like I can't imagine. Right? You're the same way, right?
I got to come down. I need the tequila. I got to eat. I got to come down. Yeah.
And the hang is also, I don't know if you feel this way, but sometimes I do, it's also, and I didn't think about this till my mom brought it up. It always takes a mom to point out if you're getting enough rest or taking care of yourself. But she was just like, I see you, I was in Seattle doing shows, and then I went out with some buddies, and she's like, hey, got home at 4. And I was like, yeah, these are buddies I hadn't seen in a long time. And she's like, but you just talked for over 2 hours, and now you just keep talking, and she's worried about my voice and whatever. And I'm like, I don't really think about it like that as far as the continuing to, and it was with buddies of mine that are fun, but I definitely am kind of carrying the hang. Does that make sense? Where they're asking questions, we're joking, and then when they talk, they just, they shut themselves down.
A lot during that time?
Fuck you, Chuck. You know what I'm saying, dude? That's the second time you're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
Talking a lot? Wait, wow, surprise.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
You dominate the conversation.
You know what? Ask Mark a question. What do you want to know?
Give me something funny about him. Tell me something cool he's done.
I got circumcised twice. There's a fun fact. No.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I believed you.
Yeah.
He's friends with a midget. That's kind of cool.
He keeps using those stories. I get it. I mean, he's got to have something, right? You need something.
It's a go-to. It's my icebreaker.
Yeah, that's what the icebreaker.
Yeah. Wait, now speaking of which, Mark, what is your Because you're
wait, is his friend? Does he actually admit to being his friend, or is he just making it up?
Oh, I hired him for the friendship. You can buy little people online. Did you not know this? By the way,
yeah, half price.
Half price. Right. That is a joke, but guess what, dude? I once did a sketch with Jeff Richards, SNL, Mad TV alum, amazing impressionist. He does an amazing Gene Wilder, and I did a sketch where I want to do a fake movie trailer for Willy Wonka getting into stand-up, right? So I hired a whole audience. I shot at the Improv. I paid for Jeff to get in full Wonka. Like, this woman made a hat and a jacket. And I went on a site. This is before I knew Brad. I hired a little person to paint their face and dress up, by the way, as an Oompa Loompa. And I don't know if this is going to get me canceled if like somebody finds this video, but it was a site where it was like, yeah, it was just like any other hiring service where these, this guy was like, hire me for this, I have this outfit, Oompa Loompa Outfits was one of the ones he had on his site. And I hit him up and I was like, how much? He's like, $150 for the day. I was like, done.
Wow.
Well, I don't think he should get canceled if he had that on his site.
Yeah, thank you.
It's not like he went on there and said, hey, can you dress up like an Oompa Loompa? No, he said, I dress up like an Oompa Loompa if you want me to.
Well, I built the site for him after I asked him. He didn't have the site. I just was like, hey, man, I'm probably going to get some backlash. Can I pay for the GoDaddy account? Mark,
you're giving out jobs. That's great. You're helping people.
Thank you. So Cosby, that did happen. I'm curious, how much are you even paying attention to the news right now? Because I know we all got probably newsed out.
Did that transition into Cosby? Because every time you talk about your midget friend,
I think about Cosby.
You think about sex.
Yeah.
You always tell the story of watching him have sex.
Chuck, if you don't,
every time, so that's what I'm saying. Is that how you transition into Cosby? I just wanted to make the connection.
Yes. If you don't,
how it went from there.
If you don't talk about little people and immediately think of something sexual, I don't know. I don't trust you. You're not going to be a phone a friend if I go on Millionaire.
I definitely shouldn't be.
Well, you definitely shouldn't be.
Please let me be.
I'll
help you.
Wait, definitely you would be. That's a great question, Mark. Who would be in your lifelines if you went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Who are you calling?
That's a great question. All my friends are idiots. I don't know. I guess I got some autistic friends I could call from college. They would know it. They're like encyclopedias.
They know how big a shark fin is.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Miller.
Who's that?
Guy wrestled with me at college. He had the most useless knowledge of anybody I know.
You need one guy like that.
He was like, I think he fought for he was 11-0, I think, or something for fighting, but he's a tough guy. He was a great at Magic the Gathering.
Dude.
Whoa.
I'm like, what? Like Magic? Huh?
Yeah, that's a red flag for me as a friend.
But it was on ESPN too when we couldn't get on there.
Whoa!
So they had a Magic the Gathering tournament. I'm really we can't get a fight on here, and I got Magic the Gathering.
Our country figured itself out, because that is that. I mean, but also not to game recognizes game with Magic the Gathering. How dope were these players, or maybe were the stakes? Where maybe they really the drama was worthy of being televised. I don't know. I've only seen it live.
And it's still better than WNBA. So,
You got that.
Now, do you have, so you don't have any buddies that you would call. Would you even go on a game show? Would you do one of these celebrity, like you see like Nikki Glaser makes the rounds? Yeah. I feel like
hell yeah. I grew up on that. Family Feud is like my bitch. I love Family Feud.
I got to do Family Feud.
What?
Yeah, it was fun. They did MMA versus, we got...
Dude, that's cooler to me than any fight you've done. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it was Family Feud. It was awesome.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
Please tell.
Who did you go against?
Yeah.
Who it was the UFC versus?
The Bella Twins, the WWE. The Bella Twins, and they're... So, yeah, we lost. Damn it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the... like, Chuck, give me 5 things.
I forget what they were. There's some funny ones. It was actually pretty good. Some of the stuff was kind of funny. Like some of the answers were like, okay.
Oh, of course. This was Steve Harvey feud?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, amazing, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
What a sweet gig.
It's worth watching. It was good. It was
funny.
It was funny.
By the way, Steve Harvey has one move. He goes, what's something you put inside a vagina? And then the guy goes, penis? And he goes, like, what do you want me to say, you fucking douche?
And then Steve goes, yeah, penis. Really? Yeah. And then just got, he goes, and then he repeats it. He goes, one thing you put in a vagina, motherfucker said penis. And you're like, that's the right answer. It's just maybe he said it funny, you know? There was a really great one where it was finish the word, pork. So like rind or I don't know what else. Chop. This guy goes, he leans in and goes, you pine. Dude, I laughed for 10 minutes straight, and then Harvey milked it. He did a full lap around the studio, came back and goes, he said, you pine. Dude.
Comedic genius.
Yeah, comedy gold. The recipe is there every episode. Pause, repeat, pause again, say it again, do a lap, kiss a wife, you know.
There you go.
It's like this. It's a lot of times it's delivery. It's always been delivery for people. Like he comes, I had a buddy who used to come up. We were talking to some new girls in college. We sit there talking to him, and he just walk up and sit down and go, so the real question is, which one of you takes it in the ass?
Oh, geez.
I'm like, and they just start going, well, I've done it once, and I'm
wow.
How the fuck did that happen? If I said that, I would have slapped. They would have ran away. Like, how do you get away with that?
I don't know.
That's the key. You got to go so hard the wrong way that it's not bad.
Like he hasn't said hi. He just sits down and we're talking to him, and he's like, nah.
Not even what's your name? Yeah, no. There's people that just bring up the small talk game is an acquired skill set. Like I think, like how early are you bringing up anal? Let's just say on a first date, Mark.
I mean, I get at least an hour in.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to open with it.
Yeah, that's safe.
At
least wait till like the second courses come out.
It's one thing to open them. They just start answering. Like it was just start answering. Like I've never tried it. Well, I did it once. It kind of hurt. Like what?
It's kind of genius in a way because it's so crazy that it works.
Wow, it's delivery. That's what I'm saying. It's delivery.
It is.
You repeat something someone says, and you can say it funnier. It's funny. It can be funny.
How often?
Not delivery. It's anal. Sorry, what's that?
It's anal delivery.
By the way, if DiGiorno doesn't now, okay, we're joking here, but what would it take for a company like that? Because look, I consider DiGiorno to be a well-known product, but they're not. There's fucking. I feel like plenty other pizzas. To me, I would hold Little Caesars higher just because the animation, the little pizza guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's been around longer than the DiGiorno. I don't know if there's a DiGiorno slogan. Stay with me, Chuck. Is there a world where DiGiorno just comes out swinging and they go, look, we need to take things up a notch. There's a lot of pizzas out there. Pizza saying no one can out-pizza them. That's a fucking bold claim. How do we retaliate? And they're like, how about it's not anal, it's DiGiorno, or it's not DiGiorno, or get a DiGiorno pizza with a side of butt fuck. Mark, I'm looking to you for like what the slogan should be, or is it even should it even be on the table for a company like that to take a risk?
Wait, we're talking about anal and pizza.
Yeah, like, Chuck.
What makes that want you to eat pizza?
Hey, man, we've read your Grindr profile. Those are the two things you say that are the quick way to
Stop it.
Yeah. But what if you're working for how do you funny up I guess a company like this, or is it too much of a risk to do something like that?
You know, that could work during Pride Month, but that's about all I got.
Yeah.
You know, we got the anal thing, like, hey, delivery and anal and pizza, you can't lose. I don't know, but I don't know if I understand the question, to be honest.
Mark, I'll be honest, I don't understand the question.
I don't get where he's going with this. I got a good direction. But
you guys never just start talking and don't know where it's going to go? All right. I guess I'm the only I guess I'm the only one that...
We always hope it goes somewhere a lot better than that.
Yeah. Much like anal.
See, I knew there was going to be an end or a reason to that. An end. Yeah. I knew there was going to be a hole to put that into. All right.
Well, let me ask Chuck some UFC questions. I've always wondered.
Thank you.
Hours and hours of it. All right. One, if I go too long without doing comedy, I freak out. I get all flustered. I got to do comedy. Do you have that with hitting people?
You know what? I figured that out when I cut my hand open with a piece of glass, and I tore my I cut through both flexor tendons. So I had to have surgery. I went through 3 surgeries on my fingers so I can close my hand. And I wasn't able to hit it for the first time in my life since I can remember, since I was about 12, 13, 12. I wasn't able to hit a bag. I wasn't even able to punch anything. I wasn't even able to hit a bag. And close to about it when I first, right before I started going back to hitting a bag, I was getting real edgy. I'm grumpy, and I'm like, snap. What is wrong with me? Why I keep snapping at people? I'm like, and then when I got to start hitting the bag again, I'm like, that was it. Like I actually don't. I need this. It's not even sparring. Like sparring is even better, and wrestling and rolling, do jiu-jitsu. All that stuff helps me be calmer. But I was really getting on edge because I wasn't hitting anything anymore. And that's like the only time like my mind shuts down during the day, and that's all I think about is working on.
Wow.
Like wrestling with somebody. It's great because I can't be in my head about anything else. I'm just thinking about how to figure out how to trick him or submit him or catch him or move.
Right.
Or like I'm punching. I'm just trying to land punches.
Yeah. All right, that's great. I see. I've always wondered that. Now, do you think, much like comedy, are you born to be a fighter, or is it something you just kind of get into?
Great question.
Like some comics, they're innate. It's like, that guy's a comic all the way. Some people get into it for work, but are there fighters where they're just it's in them?
I think there are. I think for sure. I think a lot of fighters. I think you have to have. There's certain things you have to be a fighter. I mean, now that there's you can make a lot of money. There's guys that get into it that are getting in it for the wrong reasons. But like when I started. Almost everybody there was in it for I get to pay. You're going to pay me to fight? That's what I can do? Okay, sounds good to me. A lot better than getting a real job.
Yeah,
I had an accounting degree. My grandma was always yelling at me, "When are you going to get a real job?" But real jobs work. Like I have fun doing.
I want my work to be fun.
I love what I do. So I mean, it ended up being the right decision, but I did pretty well. But
wow, I'm such a wuss too. Whenever I watch a fight, when the what do you call it? The timer goes off, and you go to your corners, and the guy's wiping your face, and he's hitting that cut. I'm like, oh god, that part scares me alone. Just like the wiping the blood off and the hitting the wounds, almost as much as the fist fight.
Yeah, but at that point, that stuff's just surface pain. Or whatever. You're not even thinking about it. You're worried about a guy trying to take your head off.
Can you even feel it, or is the adrenaline just too?
You can feel it. I mean, but it's not anything strange. I mean, it's like it's there. I mean, you're not. It's not like it doesn't. I mean, it's the least of your worries.
Right.
Look, if you got a cut on your face and there's someone in front of you trying to punch you, I mean. You're not going to really worry about the little cut that's bleeding. You're worried about the guy standing in front of you trying to add more cuts to your face.
Right. Do you ever get desperate out there? Like my brother used to beat the shit out of me. He's older than me. And my only move sometimes would be like put my finger up his ass or like yank on his ear or squeeze his ball bag. Oh, I was desperate. You're up against it, so I'd have to get crazy.
Guys do that. I mean, for me, I always felt like if I'm still in a fight, I always try to be in good enough shape to be able to, if I lost 4 rounds and 4.5 minutes in the last round, I could still knock you out. If I catch you, I knew if I could catch you, I could knock you out at any time. So I never got to the point where I'm like, I don't have a shot. Like if I feel like if I can do one more thing right, and I'm a real calculating fighter, so I'm always thinking like, okay, what do I got to do? What can I do different to get this guy? Okay, how can I get out? If I can get out, I got to see one shot at him. I just got to land one.
Yeah, that's true. It's so much like stand up in that way, Adam. Like it looks like we're just being funny up there, but we're actually going, all right, this word's got to come before this word, then that'll call back to this. And it's the same with fighting. It just looks like 2 dudes going at it, but it's all technique. It's all training.
Calculated,
moves.
And the thing with that too is if I lost 4 rounds and 4.5 minutes of the last round and ended up with a big knockout at the end and I won, all anyone remembers is that you knocked him out.
Yeah, exactly. That's so
all
true.
you need.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and I guess how do you? I wonder how that translates with comedy. It's like I guess people walk out like
if you had a slow start and then you finished off strong.
Yeah, they're just thinking about
no one's going to talk about your.
Did you have a good time? If you walked out.
You walked out, everyone's like, man, that was great.
Yeah.
If the first, even if it was like first 30 minutes, or the last 30 minutes was awesome. Like everyone's gonna be like, they're not gonna. Oh yeah, they'll be. Oh, I got a little slow start, but man, it was fun.
Yeah, totally.
That was great.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be. Whereas if you had just knocked it out the park the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes sucked, to be like, well, he's funny a little bit, but fuck, it sucked.
Yeah.
Kind of perspective, you know what I mean?
Are you cognizant of that? Oh, go ahead.
Well, it's just so similar to stand-up in that way of like, you got to nail this within the right amount of time. Like, I mean, I'm sure Chuck, Adam, where you've had a set where you're like, oh, I should have said this. What was I thinking? I fucked it up. And then you're like, oh, I should have swung there or ducked there.
100%. I think every fight I lost, I'm like, give me one more shot. I know where I did messed up. I can do that again. Give me another shot at that.
Would you watch the game tape?
Exactly.
Oh, always. I mean, you have to. I always did after the fights for a little bit, like a couple times. I don't watch a lot of mine, but I watch a lot of the other guys. But game tape, watching it, figuring out what you did wrong and making it better the next time. I mean, even when I'd watch fights that I won more critical than fights that I lost. Because I was trying to improve on what I was doing right.
Oh wow!
I mean, there's not, you can always go back and look at the glaring mistakes in a loss, but that's, and you can't just beat yourself up about that. You just got I know I did. All right, let it go. Let's not do it again. Don't do it again, and you're good.
Yeah. Were you ever surprised when you won? Did you ever like knock a guy out and you go, wow, I can't believe I pulled that off?
No. You gotta understand. I always thought I was gonna knock him out. I know, I knew if I kept firing, but you figured sometimes. I mean, like Randleman, I thought I could knock him out, but I didn't think I'd catch him in a minute 18. I caught him early. But I was throwing up one of those. I was gonna catch him sooner or later, but I just happened to catch him real early.
Right.
I think that, but when your mindset of a fighter, I'm a fighter. You ask me, I'm gonna fight anybody. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna knock him out. I truly thought I could. I don't care who it was. You put me out there, I can get it. I can do it. I can land this. I can knock it out.
Wow. I'm so jealous of that confidence. I don't have that at all. I'm always going into a set like this could go either way.
But isn't that kind of? I mean, I don't know. You got to have the confidence to be up there and trust in yourself and the material. But I don't know. I feel like that always. Keeps you on your toes.
I also know I know people that there's different kinds of fighters too. Like there's guys who need emotion. They need to feel that, like
the nerves.
They want to do it and just they settle down when they get out there and go.
Yeah.
But they need that to get ready. A lot of guys sometimes are I think Tito used to throw up before every fight.
Wow.
But some guys get so nervous, but then they perform great. It doesn't necessarily mean they perform bad. Some people are different.
Because I feel like you need a little bit.
Different.
I need a little bit of that before I go on stage. That little bit of the uncertainty of how's it going to go, because it makes me raise my game and make sure I'm going to be dialed in. If I'm going up there fucking, I know I got this. I can fucking, maybe I'll do this. I don't know. I'm not really going to have a game plan. I'm going to just feel it out because I know I can get them whenever. It's like, dude, if I do that, which I have done, man, it's not as fun. It's not ever
that's what you did the right thing. You learned that if I go in with that attitude, it's not going to work right. So for me, I know I do best when I go in there relaxed and just go out and do my thing.
Yeah.
I go out there and...
You've done the work.
I've done my work. I got ready, and now I just go out and have fun.
Yeah.
Just go out there and fight. Do what you want to do. Go out and go set them up and hurt them.
Mark, when I saw you in Dallas, you were just like... I mean, there was nonstop, man. And are you, though... aware of all right, I'm gonna, like Chuck was saying, start make sure I pound it hard for 20, then maybe kind of have some stuff that's giving them a little break, or are you like, man, I want to fucking crush them and not give them a break laughing for an hour straight?
I don't feel like it's almost impossible for an audience to just stop, stop. So I do feel like I hit them hard for 20 minutes. And then I go into some longer bits that they're still working, but they can
listen,
chill a little
bit.
Yeah. And then by the end, I do a wave, killing up top. Then I get them a little dip, and then back to killing at the end, so you can end strong.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good.
That's actually
mix.
I would say that's if you want someone not to really, if you the beginning and end you got both those, you're good.
Yeah. Totally.
Because no one's going to get mad at you about a little low in the middle.
Yeah.
You probably needed it anyway.
1,000.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you make me laugh for an hour straight, I might come up and hit you.
Exactly. That's
my stomach hurts. Start laughing too much. My face starts turning. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Just get a sore stomach.
I think that was a rule of thumb, but I think that was also a threat to Mark Norman. So I'm glad we have that documented.
Yeah.
He definitely looked into the screen for that one.
Did you get beat up as a kid, Chuck?
When I was really little, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things, yeah. You know. My mom wouldn't let me fight back, so I listened. She said, "It's all right." She eventually let me. At the suggestion of my principal, actually.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Tell Mark that story.
Yeah. My mom.
You beat up the principal?
No, the principal.
In front of his mom.
The principal asked me why these kids were fighting me and taking my lunch money. It's kind of funny, but
yeah.
But they're. The principal asked my mom why, or asked me why don't you fight back? Why don't you ever fight back?
Wow, what a cool principal!
My mom told me I can't. I'm not allowed to.
Whoa! And man, you're so obedient.
I was a real rule follower of my parents, my grandparents, but so he talked to my mom and said, hey, I like what you're doing with the nonviolence thing, but I can't watch them all. I can't watch them all the time. You gotta let them defend themselves.
I love
these guys
guy.
will pick on it.
Yeah, this kid's getting his ass kicked, and it's honestly it's ruining my lunch. Like it's right outside my window where I'm eating, and like I don't know how many tuna sandwiches I've had to put down just to watch because it is entertaining, Miss Liddell. But
she took me to my grandfather and said, hey, my grandpa taught me how to throw some punches.
Cool, huh?
And I started fighting. And then people started leaving me alone.
Wow.
Fuck, dude.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's why. I grew up in Santa Barbara. Born in Santa Barbara. Not bad area, but I grew up fighting all through high school. I fought all the time, but my thing was I didn't like bullies, and I like to fight.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, guy come up and give some hard time, and I'm like, hey man, he doesn't want to fight you, but I will. No, I ain't got a problem with you. Now you kind of do.
Yeah. Man, that's my fantasy. I wish I could do that. I've been pushed around so much. I go home and punch the pillow. I hit my girlfriend. I wish I could fucking beat people up. But I can't, so I got to be funny.
It'd be funny. We had one party one time. This guy was talking about this little guy. I mean, he's a big football player. He played for UCLA, I think.
Yeah.
And he was talking. And I walk in. I'm like, you got a problem, man? Like, I'll fight you. Let's do it. And he's like, all right, let's do it. And I know it was a party from. I was in college, but it was the guys I went to high school with. And and then people started coming out. You're gonna fight him? I got $20 on Chuck, and then it's $80. And then like people start doing that. The guy starts going like this.
Wow!
I was probably about 190 then. He was probably about 240. Played linebacker, but I mean he was like,
yeah, he didn't know what he got himself into.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like he's just like, I'm gonna leave now, and just left. It was funny. I started laughing. Everybody, people were like, you're gonna fight him? They start laughing. I got $20.
Oh man, that's the best. Word of mouth.
It was so funny.
Yeah. Holy shit, that was the first GoFundMe right there.
Mark, this has been amazing. You're the man.
I got two more questions.
Go. Feed them, baby. We got it. Take your time.
No, I hope this isn't offensive, but getting knocked out on TV. I've bombed on TV and it fucking stings. I can't imagine getting knocked out in front of millions of viewers. Is that a bitch?
No. I don't give a shit about a million viewers, what they think about it. Like it's like people online talking shit to me. I don't give a fuck. I mean, the people I care about and the people that I was worried about are people that helped me get there, my family, my friends, how they feel. Like I felt like I feel like I let them down. So that's the part that's hard on me. And they're all like, "What are you fucking talking about?" They're always like, "Really? Like you went out there?
Yeah.
You're good." But for me, it's like I was always like, "That's the only people I care about." Like everyone else, you go fuck yourself. I did my best. I went out there. I did what I could.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Hey. That makes sense. That's a good way to be.
Totally.
All right. And do you get more scared when it's a black guy?
Not at all. No.
All right.
Never had that issue, no.
Good question, better answer. Mark, so R.I.P. James Lipton, Inside the Actor Studio, one of my favorite shows. I want to, my transitions will be better next time you're on. I want to close us out with a 10-question rapid fire in honor of the late, great Lipton. Get to know Mark Norman a little bit deeper with some 10 questions. Mark, first up, what's your favorite word?
Oh, my God. Jeez. Queef.
Yeah. Use it in a sentence.
It just never fails. Man, that guy's being a real queef.
Always funny.
I love queef.
What is your
always funny?
What is your least favorite word?
I guess anal.
Okay. Now I'm afraid to ask you this. What turns you on?
What turns me on? I like a small waist with big hips. I like a hip to waist ratio.
Nice.
And a woman dancing. I love a woman dancing.
Right? Something about that.
Both good answers.
Yeah, I can't dance for shit, but it's always been. I can't even remember the first movie I saw or show, whatever it was. Like maybe it was somebody in the grocery store just saw that I was a little fat fuck and wanted to give me a little boner in aisle 4. But like, anybody that can move in a sexy way is always, game over.
100%. And a girl who laughs at an offensive joke. I hate girls who are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that." I get so offended. Like, shut up, kill yourself. Give me a chick who's balls to the wall and likes it rough, rough jokes.
I love that.
That's hot to me.
What turns you off?
Well, just that, just like offended people, pearl clenching. Oh my God, it's like shut up. Either you're dumb or you're full of shit.
Totally. Yeah, I feel like
that's a turnoff.
I love that. What sound or noise do you love?
Say it again.
What sound or noise do you love?
Ooh. Let's see. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I like when your toilet is overflowed, it's clogged up with a huge shit, and that you just plunge in, and that first time it flushes, and you hear the toilet go like it gargles because it got it all down. I love that gargle because you're back.
It's almost like seeing a fat guy at a buffet choking, and then someone does the Heimlich, and you see that he's okay.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
That first breath,
you got it out.
That first breath back into the real world, and knowing that he's going to be okay.
Yeah. I also like when the computer opens and it goes like, that weird Windows or whatever that is. That's a great noise.
I just saw a sketch where you're doing ADR for that noise because the face you just made doing it. I was like, there's got to be a guy that does that, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what else is good is that HBO, when HBO starts, goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that's great. We skipped one. What's your favorite curse word?
Oh, I like shitty. I feel like it's underused. You go like, that car is shitty. It's a great way to describe something. Yeah. It's just a shitty car. It's a shitty movie. I love shitty.
Yeah, people always know what you're talking about when you say it. You don't need to double down and be like, it sucked, it was bad. Shitty does the job.
Yeah, that guy's attitude. That guy's shitty. Yeah. Shitty attitude.
Craig, your haircut's shitty. Like that guy's ending it that night.
Exactly. Your haircut sucks is nothing, but shitty.
You can get past it sucks. Yeah, shitty there's no coming back from. Yeah. You tell Val Kilmer he was a shitty Batman, like that's probably what caused the downfall.
Perfect example.
Thank you.
Example.
Chuck?
Okay, what sound or noise do you hate?
Ooh, I hate a cat hiss. I hear a cat hiss, my skin crawls, I go gay, I hate it. My girlfriend's like a big... What's that?
Adam must like that.
I love a good cat hiss, yeah. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt, Mark?
I've always wanted to be a UPS guy. That seems fun. You got the shorts on, you got the door open on the van. Everybody loves a package. You probably fuck some housewives. I love the UPS guy or a FedEx guy. That seems like a good gig.
They do always seem like they've got a pretty sweet disposition. Like when they hop down off the truck, they go into a little trot to the door.
I never thought about that. They always seem like in a good mood.
Totally.
So it must be not a bad job.
You got to be your own DJ. Like whatever you listen to, you can. You got that big truck in the back for who knows what. You can probably, you probably got friends that under the table are like, yo, I know you're going to Tennessee tonight. Can you take this, these drugs for me?
Yeah. In the words of Mitch Hedberg, every FedEx guy is a drug dealer and he doesn't even know it.
Dude, thank you for that deep cut.
All right. What profession would you not like to do?
Ooh, boy. God, there's so many. Anything indoors, like I'd hate to be a casino pit boss. I hate to be a cop. Anything where you got to tell somebody to stop or don't do that. Like, it sucks when a cop is around. Everything sucks more. You're like, the cops are here. Or like they hear a shooting. They got to go towards the shooting.
Oh, man.
That would be a nightmare. I like to get the fuck out. I like to break the rules. I want to do some fucked up shit. I don't want to enforce rules.
Right. Get in the way of the fucked up shit. Be a professional cock blocker.
Yes. Here. Hall monitor, all that shit.
Oh, yeah, dude. I know. That's crazy that was even a job in high school. And that people wanted that. But I guess those, those people end up being, I guess, cops or, I don't know, crossing guards. If heaven exists, Mark, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Ooh, that is a Lipton, isn't it? Yeah.
Let me do it as Lipton. Mark, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say at the pearly gates?
Hey, that's pretty good. I'd like him to say, you're going to be 28 forever, your dick's 2 inches bigger, you're 6 foot even, and your family's not here.
That's a great fucking answer. That might be the best answer. McConaughey had a pretty good answer, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Mark Norman. Circle gets a square on this one.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, I want my cock to be black. I want my movies to be... No, I can't remember. You have to check the tape on that. Yeah, but it was poignant. It was it was cool. It was articulate. What did he say?
Right,
do you remember?
I'm going to YouTube that.
Yeah. All right, well, this was great. Chuck,
hey, thanks.
Any closing words for Mark?
Yeah, that was awesome, man. It was fun talking to you.
Thanks for having me.
Mark, you're the best. Tour dates at marknormancomedy.com.
You got it, Fatty.
So when do we set up the fight between you and Adam? You and Adam, your fight. When are you guys fighting?
Oh, man.
Ooh, that's a good one. I would put the gloves on,
Yeah.
put the headgear. That'd be fun.
I'm done. It's done.
We just had Jason Ellis on. He's training to fight Luis J. Gomez.
I saw that. Lewis is a goner.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to go down, but Jason.
Maybe we get you guys on the same card.
Maybe we get on the same card. Maybe we also get. Maybe we get Brad to fight.
I'll referee that one for free.
All right, let's get Rogan involved and we'll make it official.
Brad versus Rogan.
There we go. Brad Garrett versus Rogan. Mark, you're the man, dude. Have good shows.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thanks, player.
See you, Chuck. Praise Allah.
See you, buddy.